In this world, obviously, a lot of things are hidden. And there's probably a lot of wrong about Queen Elizabeth. But I don't even want to know. So, it's best not to know. It's best not to know the Holocaust. Why would you want to? Oh, so history doesn't repeat itself. History has always repeated itself. Nothing was ever done with victims. It's really, really sad. That, in all reality, that is reality. I don't know. Maybe in the 50s, 70s was a different time frame that it seemed everything was cool, but there's still domestic violence that you don't know about. There's still a lot of domestic violence that you don't know about. And my husband grew up in the 70s, dead husband, and, he's an unspeakable creature, so just look at that. Look at his domestic violence. He went out with a girl when she was 15 and he was 18. And he devastated her because probably that was the love of her life. It would have been. She's 15. So she was a sweetheart to him. And he's just a total asshole, knocked her up and left her. Piece of shit. And then he went on to brag. Oh, well, she went insane when I broke up with her. So yeah, that's pride of, that he's so great. Which he was not at all, because he hated himself. So he absolutely hated himself. And there's nothing good to talk about him. Not much. His childhood was great. Like Leave It to Beaver. They played hockey in the street. They played in the street. It was that cool back where in the day. The kids played ball, basketball, whatever. They of course rode bikes, skateboards. He had a really good childhood. So, I really don't. I mean, the only thing that was really bad about his upbringing was his mom left him abandoned when he was a kid in the middle of the room, for 10 months. The grandma took care of him, and then he was finally taken to a foster care. Now the dad happened to be not a nice dad, but whatever. He didn't have it that bad, especially with his first girlfriend. So he totally took advantage of his first girlfriend. I mean, the parents are really cool, and then smoke pot, God's herb, and drink beer all the time. It was he had a cool girlfriend and family, and he fucked it all up, and whatever he did and didn't tell me. So that's what people do. He was a lot more evil than what he said, what he came out. They're not going to tell you how bad they really are. And what I'm so disgusted is my so-called friend. That was never a friend. I mean, I never got along with him. But I kept on saying it. He was my worst enemy. I'm not even going to get into that. Why bother? I'm just this world is totally evil. I know why I'm sad. I was wronged. But I can. The best thing that I can do is help people. So, to distract me from self-pitying myself, which is just natural. It's natural if you were wrong the majority of your life to be sad. It's, I don't know. This is just, the world has never changed. There's no good in this world, in my opinion. Like, really. I mean, yeah, there's, like, chosen ones or whatever, like, okay, like, there's barely any good. The evil takes over the good. There's just, and the really wicked things that are done, like child molestation, nothing is done about. So, yeah, there's, like, and the world's always been wrong. Yeah, it's just, it is a lot more super crazy now than before. Than in the 70s. It got a hell of a lot worse. But okay, my main point is there was always domestic violence. Like my dead husband with his first girlfriend. Okay. So that's never changed. And that's the worst part of this planet. Domestic violence. Yeah. Child molestation. Victims that are never ever heard. There's nothing done for the victim. I mean, why not? And my asshole dead husband, he knocked up his girlfriend. So what should have taken place is that piece of shit should have worked for his girlfriend. Whoever he went out with afterwards, it doesn't matter. He knocked her up. So he should have been made to pay his first girlfriend to help, it depends on how the family treats it, when the boyfriend leaves, it's all, he should have they should have forced him to pay for a place for her and her baby, and his baby. He's out of the picture, but he still has to provide for her, no matter what. Okay, that's what should have taken place. He's an asshole. So, he's the one who caused it. He's the one who lied to her. There you go. That's what should have taken place. He should have been fined by the state. The state gives her a check. And then, he has to pay child support from then on with the first baby. Like, whatever. Until they're 18. I mean, why not have a little bit of justice? Why not have a little, a child molested kid? The kid and the parents should be separated. The parents should then provide the kid that's child molested a place, and by the state, again. Domestic violence. Whatever domestic violent incident there is, it doesn't fucking matter. Just violence. That's wrong. The perpetrator, the abuser, should be fined by the state. State gives the victim a check. And that's all said and done. Yeah, that's what should happen. The horrifying abuser should allow at least, their victim to have a year's worth of money. It depends on how devastating the domestic violence is. Everything, everything's circumstantial. Everything's different, and shouldn't just be PFA. PFAs do nothing. They're all the same. Okay, you have to stay certain feet away, and It's nonsense. That doesn't do anything. PFAs are nothing at all. Because the guy's just going to kill the woman, his girlfriend. You know, I mean, it's just a given. Like, it's just so stupid. You know, the victim can never ever talk about the abuse, but if you, like, put the victim in, and there's just too many of them, but maybe it could have been done, make a whole bunch of hospitals, and, I mean, like, little hospital rooms, like a setting, that's where the victim lives. For protection. Okay, I'm thinking of the protection against, they're like, Lorraine Bobbitt, what could she have done? But gone into, like, a protection facility, like a big hospital where it's guarded and Mr. Bobbitt couldn't go in there and harm her. Okay, I'm thinking, like, that way. Or me, with domestic violent parent, I'd be safe in how the hospital is. You have security guards there, okay? I'm thinking of security for domestic violent victims, okay? Like Lorraine Bobbitt is a good example. Because she would have left him, then he would have been after her. Well, then she could have spent at least, 6 months of safety and maybe not even have left. And people brought her food and her nutrients and her whatever clothing or whatever she needed. And she has a TV, internet, she's fine. They have a little gym in there, maybe for her sake. Maybe for the domestic violent victims that can't leave because Mr. Bobbitt was totally insane, possibly just, have a green garden in there, a greenhouse in there. I mean, it's that bad. Domestic violence is that bad that the victim should be kept safe. And it's just not that way at all in our society. And it's just sad. There's nothing done. Oh, you can get PFA against. What the hell is a PFA? My dead husband would have killed me. I was his property. It wouldn't have done any good. They don't do any good. With all my violent boyfriends, I was their property. Okay? Way back when, Dumb and Dumber, I was his property. Okay, that's just the way it is. I mean, it's really, really sad, but that's just the way it is. Nothing's done. More should be done. You think a church, well, this is what the church is for. They're for victims, orphans, widows, and orphans. And I even said in another video, my dead husband made his first wife a widow with his orphaned kid. So you can look at it that way. The kid's not a bastard. He's the bastard. And, he should pay for her to like, live in like, a hospital with Lorraine Bobbitt, them talking